Okay, sir.
Okay, fine.
Should I try? I'll try to say it without, but okay, I'll try not to.
Yeah, you start, we'll follow.
Yeah, hope I remember it.
Yeah.
Yenakshara sam. So that's how they plan. Yenakshara samam nayam
Yenakhyarasamam nayam.
adhigamya maheshwarat
Adhigamya maheswarat.
kritsnam vyakaranam proktam
Krishnan
Krishnam
vyakaranam
Vyakuranam
proktam.
Proktam
tasmai paninaye namaha.
Tasmai
Tasmai
pani naye
Paninaye
namaha.
Namaha.
Yes. So the sutras, can you just,
Uh, Oops.
can you show
Okay.
it?
I ouch. Ayon.
Slide, please.
Look. Ayon.
Wait a
I
minute.
need a ref.
No, no, they should remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes.
Um,
Ion
Ah,
Ayon.
ayun.
Rilik.
Rilik.
Village
Relate
Ayon.
Ong.
Aeon
Aeon
Ayouch.
Ayouch.
Ayouch
Ayouch
Hayavarat.
Hayvarat
Hayabarat.
Ayabarat
Lan.
Lan.
Lan
Lan
Nyamangananam.
Nyamangaranam.
Yamananama
Jhabaya.
Jabaya.
Jabaya
Jabai
Ghadadash.
Garadhas.
Radhash
Radhas
Jabagadash.
Jabagaradas.
Jabagadadas
Khafa chathatha. Chatav.
Kapa
Kappa
chatata.
Chatata
Chatata
Chatatav
Chatatav
Kapai.
Kapai.
Kapai
Pai
Shashasar.
Sasasar.
Shashasar
Sasar
Hal.
Hal.
Hal
Al
Iti.
Iti Maheshwarani.
Maheswarani.
Iti Maheshwarani
Sutrani.
Sutrani.
Putrani
Anadi Sangyarthani.
Anadi.
Anadi
Nadi
Sangyarthani.
Sangha
They are in Sandhi. So that's why Sutrani Anadi Sangyarthani. So this is what our this is the Mula mantra, Bija mantra. See, whole language structure, whole language history is based, whole linguistic analysis starts with these phonemic groupings, the classification of phonemes, what is called the Shiva Sutras. And so today we'll have this, okay, no? So today it is just summing up whatever we have done. It is just preliminary, introductory to know what Panini has done, how linguistically it is relevant, how much computationally it is important. So, keeping all this in mind only, I have tried to present before you all what Panini has said in his Ashtadhyayi in the sutras. So mostly I am focusing on the sutras of Panini, which deals with the different aspects of linguistic analysis. I am not taking the commentaries. We have not talked about the commentators' details, just information given about Patanjali Katyayana. Because this is unless we read Ashtadhyayi with this objective, with sutras only, we should know what Panini had thought or what is his objective. So whether it is Shiva Sutras, whether it is phonemic classification, whether it is a morphological classification, whether it is a syntactic categories. So these aspects only we have tried to cover with these sutras of Panini. That is why how types of sutras he developed to understand the sutra he has given. So different types of sutras. Yesterday I mentioned that Sanya, Paribhasa, then we have the Vidhi, Niyama, and Adhikara, Atidesa. So these are the six types of sutras. Why each one helps the other sutra to be understood. So that's why to understand any sutra, to decode, what is called decoding today, I use this method of making sutras to understand the other sutras. So these sutras are what we call them as meta rules or rules of interpretation. That means one sutra helps to interpret the other sutra. These sutras are called Paribhasa Sutras. And these are also called meta rules, not meta language. Meta language, I told you yesterday, ti, gu, bha. These words will be explained more when we come, just to know that how many ways he has used his language or used his technique to become self-explanatory. Unless we understand the whole Ashtadhyayi, it is not easy to understand Panini. Because you can become a commentator or a translator if we understand the text fully. So all the commentator, why so many commentators, why so many translations? Because it varies from person to person. Your perception differs. Unless you read the text, you do not know how far I am correct. Teacher is telling from his point of view, but students also must think from their point of view. Because you have the knowledge of the language, of your own language, you have the knowledge of interpretation or say using it, prayoga. So everybody has the competence, how to use it. But what is to be used, how it is used, so Panini has given a method to describe any linguistic unit. You need to see from a deeper level. Unless we know its semantic structure, unless we know its syntactic relations, it is difficult to find out any morphological formations or derivations or inflections. So inflection derivation, what we know today, it is all our Subanta, Krudanta, Tinganta. So this is what I am trying to give the parallels. And it is all there in Subramania's book, Cardona's book, even Professor Joshi, who had done Astadhyayi, S.C. Vasu. So I am not telling anything new of my own. I have tried to present in the present context to make you understand that how our system is parallel to the development linguistic theories and how much Sanskritic analysis is processed or structured. So Panini's Australia is a proof, pramana, to show that language is structured. Human language is structured syntactically, semantically, morphologically. This is all our, with that objective only, I have introduced to you the Paninian linguistics or the system so that we'll be able to assess that how much we need and how much we can do also. So this is what we had this. So today we'll talk this meta language yesterday. So meta rules, if we'll go now, uh, yes, sir, next you can go meta rules. This is okay. Now we'll go. Yes. Next. Meta rules. Yes. Paribhasa rules or meta rules. Now what is happening? This is one of the rules, the whole Ashtadhyayi. So it is called 8 Ashtadhyayi based on the number of rules used in different sections with a particular purpose. Why you need ordering? So Panini's grammar is not known as a Panini Vyakarana. It is called Ashtadhyayi, which tells that it is made of the rules which are used to explain or describe different aspects, linguistic aspects of language. Like suppose you say morphology, no? Suppose you say we have Prudanta, we have Tinganta. Why? This category classified. Now, how we will study them? So he has different sections. So the rules apply to morphological analysis or formations, or derivation, or one. They are put in one place. As I told yesterday, if you take pratyaya, pratyayas are explained, described in 3 chapters: third, fourth, and fifth. Starting with 311, ending with 54160. So the whole section only tells how many pratyayas are used in Sanskrit language. So similarly, if you take a dhatu adhikar, so sarvadhatuka, ardhatuka, we are talking. When you are using not pratyayas, so pratyayas are further classified. Sarvadhatma, Ardhatma. They are put in one set. So whole Ashtadhyayi is arranged, rearranged in such a way that the sutras concerning particular changes are put in one adhikara or section heading rules or sections. So that is why the whole Ashtadhyayi is classified again in broad. It is also called Ashtadhyayi. We have 32 padas. So the 32 chapters, the 32 sections of the 8 chapters with the 4 sections each. Within these 32 padas, there is a broad division. That is, one is 8 to 1. So the sutra says Purvatra Siddham. Siddha and Asiddha. It's a grammatical term used by Panini. It is also, though it is a technically, we know, literally we know Siddha means cooked. Siddha literally means cooked. Siddha Sabdartha Sambandha. Siddha also means Nitya. Siddha means which is truth, perfect, 100%. It is Siddha. So that's why from that we get Siddhanta. Whatever is cooked, whatever is discussed, whatever is analyzed, the final verdict. It is called Siddha, Siddhanta. So Siddha means actually cooked. Siddha for grammarians, it means sadhu, grammatically correct. And so opposite is Asiddha. Asiddha means not correct in literal sense. But in grammar, in Astadhyayi, Siddha means the correctness or the power of application of a rule. Where two rules are used, which rule should be prepared? So there are already we have seen Viprasedhe Parankaryam 142. Whenever there is a number of sutras come together, or say two sutras gets conflict, come together to be applied. So there the sutra which is used in the letter means in the Australian order, it takes precedence. So Viprasedha means conflict. When two sutras apply in one place, it is called Vipratiseda. And when there is a conflict, the latter rule supersedes the previous rule. Parankarya. But in Ashtadhyayi, this is a general rule in this each section. But in other formations, the whole Ashtadhyayi rules, 32 padas, among the 32 padas, there is a broad division. So the 8 to 1 means 8th chapter, second section, first sutra. So here's Purvatra means before that. So that means 8th chapter. So from first chapter to the first pada of the 8th chapter is called Sapada Saptadhyayi. Sapada Saptadhyayi. Saptadhyaya plus one pada of the 8th chapter. So it is called Sapada Saptadhyayi. It is one broader division. And the last 3 pradas are called Tripadi. So sutras used from 8 to 1 are called Tripadi sutras. Now why these divisions? So there he explains. So Panini, when he has used these rules with the objectives, why you need arrangement, why you need the ordering. No, you need grammatical forms, Siddha Sabda. To get Siddha Sabda or grammatically correct, you have to look at the technique or whatever you want to do at a technical level. You are free. You can rearrange the rules so that words should come correctly, unambiguously. So here, the Sapada Saptadhyaya sutras used in till first pada of the 8th chapter, they remain operational. Or if the sutra from this section, Sapada Saptadhyaya, has a conflict with a Tripadi Sutra, Sutra of the 2822 onwards, then what happens? So Purva takes precedence. So the Apavada, or what we call the conflict or the reputation or the non-operation does not take place. That is why he says the literal meaning of the sutra is the full all rules formulated till the end of the first section of pada of the eighth chapter in Astadhyayi remain deformed, asiddha, when the rules of these last three sections are applied. Even within these three sections, so this is how the Tripadi and Saptadhyaya is made two division to indicate. So this speaks. What I am trying to, we'll go more details when time comes, but this is something that how technically ordering of rules in the whole of Astadhyayi has been broadly divided. That is why, hence, it remains as a model. Why? Because this is basically an Adhikara Sutra. Because from this onwards, Tripadi, all sutras remain defunct. And in Tripadi also, Purvang Pati Parang. So each rule is also becomes non-operational in context to the latter rule within the Tripadi itself. Up to Sapasaptadhyayi, para. But within this Tripadi, no para purva. So each one is independent, powerful. That is why they have been kept separately or divided, called Purvatra Siddham, makes a division between Sapada Saptadhyayi and the Tripadi. So this based on the rule ordering and proves that grammar is nothing but a set of rules used by the speakers of a particular language. Hence, it remains as a model for writing any grammar of any human language. But now we find that even in the same paradigm is used in for scientific or technical languages like mathematics or computer also. Because everywhere you have ordering. All the signs follow the ordering of rules are ordered, arranged. So this is Purvatra Siddham. Next, so this is one of the Paribhasa Sutra. It is also gives some general instruction that whenever we apply the rules we should keep in mind whether it is Sapada Saptadhyayi or Tripadi. If there is a conflict, so then the para rule takes the precedence. Yeah. So this is another technique or Paribhasa Sutra is Paribhasa and meta rules. Now what happens? Now whenever sutras are used, even sometimes we get two forms with the same root. So the sutra given is na ba iti, na beti vibhasa, na ba iti, to be split, to be separated, na negation, ba optionally, iti, na ba iti, na veti vibhasa. Vibhasa means optionally. So Panini has used three terms in the sutras for optionality. One is vibhasa, another is anyatarasya, another is va. Va means optional. Va, vibhasa, anyatarasya. There are three terms are used by Panini in the sutras to speak of optionality. So there is a book written by Paul Kipaski, Panini as a variationist. It is published from the University of Pune. Panini as a variationist, where he has explained what does optionality means. So there are three types of options. He has explained. So why Panini has used this Vibhasa three terms for the same thing? No, optionally is a literal meaning. Option has different types of options are there, which are explained by him. Then he has said why Panini has used, where by is, what does va means, what vibhasa means, what anyatarasya means. So that book tells us how it is there. So now you see this, the example I have given. So no eti vibhasa, 144. Va iti, va means optionally. No or va, whether or not, as we understand whether or not. Look at this. So example, if you take graha and graha. Graha everybody knows. Graha everybody is concerned because everybody has graha dosha. So graha means planets. Okay. So graha is a planet. It is a general meaning we know. But graha means an animal or an object which accepts or takes or sees. Grahaka, we have a grahaka who receives. or who accepts. It has both literal meaning and also you have grammatical meaning. So graha means one who receive or sees. Sometimes semantically you can say it is not directly of his own but out of force. Graha means which accepts or receives with force. So the meaning is given crocodile. Crocodile is called graha. Graha means why it seizes things, captures. Now, when you have two words used in a language, how do you know whether they are same word or different word? So there is here is the semantic difference. The word changes. That's why semantics is very important for Indian tradition, particularly for that's why he said arthavat. Because meaning, if not there, then you cannot get two forms. So every form used in a language, there is a difference. So that difference is what we call the semantic difference. And the semantic difference is noticed with the morphological difference or phonetic difference. So graha and graha. So the rule vibhasa graha. So sutra is vibhasa 31143. Vibhasa graha tells that the root graha means to siege. Grunati. I'm going to grahana. Meaning we are also using in all languages. Grahanan kuru, meaning you accept. Here grahana means not Surya, it is not technical. Mathematically, grahana has different meaning, astronomically. So every word changes its meaning in different signs. Here, graha means to see. This is the literal grammatical meaning. So na suffix is used optionally. So this sutra, the previous sutra teaches you na. Here optionally we get ach. So that's why optionally instead of ach. So there are two suffix applied here. One is ach, another is na. Why? Now na we know if it is nit, you get bruddhi. That's why graha. If it ach, na bruddhi. So graha plus ach, you get graha. Graha plus na, we get graha. This gives us two forms, graha with na and graha with ach. When the previous one refers to a crocodile, so uh, there is a little bit here. So graha means the planet. Okay. So in the sentence, I have used first graha as given example. The previous year means the graha. So graha refers to crocodile and the graha refers to a planet. So whenever words are used with different meanings in a language, so there is a change in their formation. The form change. This is called change. This is called bikara. So lopa, agama, bikara. So this is a bikara. That means same form undergo change to convey a different set of meaning. So this is all comes under morphology. But the sutra allows, Panini allows, or people have used forms changing to convey difference in meaning. So graha and graha, the whole cruise section, you will find different suffixes. Why? To show the only formal changes between the word forms of a particular class. So there is a lot of, you can see this word vibhasa optionally. It helps us to accommodate grammatically whether it is graha or graha. So sometimes we get confused in our languages, which is correct. People don't, because they don't know, because they do not understand whether they are same or different. So there is a difference always meaning. Whenever there is a difference in spelling, it shows there is a difference in meaning. But people without understanding, yeah, both can be. So chalega principle is always used in our modern languages. The grammarians always make it a chalega. But in Sanskrit, no chalega because everything is disciplined. Everything is fixed. Everything is fixed. So this is called optionality, vibhasa. It is also. So this is open and when and where you get this difference between two forms, pair of words we call it. So it is called the vibhasa. Okay. So next we will go to next week. Now this is a very already we have used in the beginning tapara karana. What is tapara? Na ta is added. So it is taparaha tatkalasya. Taparaha tatkalasya. We'll split it like this. That means If any vowel, a vowel followed by the indicator tha stands for the vowel of the same quantity alone. Quantity, we know the vowels have three levels or three quantities. One is Rasva, Dirgha, Pruta, minimum. Now, whenever a word is used or whenever the change has taken place, the change is not because of anything else other than the type of vowel or the quantity of the vowel is important. So example we are giving here. So this is also a paribhasha rule. Earth stands for short o. So earth means only short o, hrasva. No dirgha will come here. And earth means only long a. So what is it? Unless we restrict, otherwise we have been told earlier, Anudit Sabarna Cha Pratin Sabarna Sanya, Okara has 18 varieties. Rasva, Dirgha, Pruta, Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, each three again become three, nine. And each nine again is divided into Anunasika, Anunasika. So 18 varieties. So one vowel once used, O has 18 varieties, suppose. If we are making a rule for okara, with okara, we'll be giving examples now, how you will know that it is O or A, it is 18 varieties. So just imagine, since he has given the 18 varieties marked or observed, but for changes, all 18 varieties are not used everywhere. So whenever there is a need to restrict the vowel quantity, so you add tha. Or in the sutras, wherever you get tha after a vowel, it represents its own quantity only. If it is atta, it is only a. If it is at, only a. Right? Similarly, it, again you will have only Hraswai. If it is it, then you will have Dirghai. Like that. Ut, also Hraswa. If you ut, you will get Dirgha. All are used. So, how to understand the sutras of Panini? We have to follow this. These are used, these are Paribhasa Sutras, used to indicate you, help you decode what is used in the rules, other rules. So we'll be giving examples now. Next, please. See this. This is a very common rule. We are going to explain you. This also comes. So in this example, in this sutra, we are going to explain all that we need for decoding. There is a technical device, very famous Panini is Anubhriti. Why you have used the sutras in order in a particular section? Because if you want to show some common features of these sutras, if they are used in the beginning of the sutra, Adhikara Sutra, the same condition continues in the next sutras till some new thing is already prescribed or described. Other day also I explained Satpati sir. Now I just to remind you, if you know this Karaka section, the first sutra is Karaka 1423. This section continues up to 1455. But all these sutras only describe Karaka. But it is not repeated in every sutra. So the first sutra, Adhikara Sutra Karaka 1423, that Karaka in connection with Karaka, in relation to Karaka, Apadana, Sampradana, etc., are used or defined. So they call the Anubhriti. Anubhriti means follows, which follows one after. So there is a book also called Anubhriti by Joshi and Bhate. Please read. And if you get all these reference, you will get in Subramanian's book, in Cardona's book. If you see this book, because these are technical, how he has followed, how many places they have tried to explain the context, and wherever they find some exception also they have noted. So these have been researched, studied, like Vibhasa, Anubhriti, there is a book, Anubhriti in Panini by Joshi and Bhate. Even I told you about so this Anubhriti takes place in two ways, either in that order, this will also will explain. And this Anubhriti, how do you understand? Sometimes or you can say very often it is used with cha. The cha, whenever it comes in a sutra, it indicates the previous condition continues, follows. So the same condition, what is given in the beginning of the sutra, if it is to be continued, it continues in that order, or some if there is a breakup, you will get the cha. Now I will give these examples. Now look at this. So here there are so many all things that we are talking of decoding. We can explain everything in this now. So ato dirgha yai. So it is 71101. Sorry, it is will be 73101. Please check it. I will give 73. Okay. Because while typing some error comes, so the 73103 I will give it. Now look at this. Why? Because 73102 is a only next rule. So now what is happening? So ataha. So ato means ataha. Dirghaha. Yahi. So there are three words. Every sutra represents a syntax form or a sentence. Only bhor is understood. Like Bruddhirad, Bruddhi Ad H Asti. Asti is Kriya. Bhavati.
So there is a space.
These are they are always so auto there is a space to make it because Sandhi has taken place. So actually it is Ataha. Okay? So Dirgha Yai. So there are three words. So in every sentence, remember, is a sentence. So every sutra is represents a sentence meaning. It is a complete sentence. Only where verb is only understood. Asti, bhavati. So the interpreter only finds easy to make the meaning, the commentator, to give the vritti we say. What? Suppose, ataha, it is used in Sashti Vibhakti. Look at this. Ato, because of say this visarga, it has become okara because the follows. So other sandhis are there. Ataha means because it is takara, it represents only hrasva. Ataha, it is sasti vibhakti used in the, and as I told you, in each sutra, the words are used with vibhakti only. So when vibhaktis are used, only in sentence. So that indicates that every sutra is a sentence. And the sentence is on the relations between the words is understood from the vibhaktis. Now in the first word, ataha represents akara, hrasva akarasya, or akarantasya. So we have a sutra, it is coming. Yena vidhi tada, as I told you earlier also, we had given explain. Whenever a vowel is used in the sutra with takara, whether it is a or a, it represents one quantity. And when sasti vibhakti is used, it indicates in the place of sasti sthana yoga. Sutras are there. Down we are going to see. So whenever it is, because it is ataha, it represents hasvakara, and because it is sasti vibhakti, it indicates akarasya or akarantasya pratipadikasya. So pratipadika is on akara here means kasya. Kahara, but whose? किसका है वो प्रातिपदिका ही है we are talking of dirgha. So when the noun is there, or so that is called the or verb even, will come to another concept of anga, which another concept is anga. What is that anga also? I will explain everything here. So one is ataha means akarasya or akarantasya. So whenever it is used in the sutra, it represents its own form as well as the form ending with that. So the Vidhi Tadantasya, the sutra is there, Parivasa Sutra for interpreting this. So in this ataha, we have the meaning akarasya, akarantasya or akarasya pratipadikasya. What happens? Dirgha bhavati. So understood. Kriya is understood. So ataha dirghaha. Akara becomes dirgha akara. When? Anywhere you like? No. That is why. The sutra explains the changes. X changes to Y. O becomes A. And for every change, there is a context, there is a condition. Without condition, no change. So in this place, so I have shown you here. So ataha dirghaha akarasya dirgha bhavati ba akarantasya dirgha. What is this akaranta? So the Vrittikara gives you this all comes under anga adhikara, angasya. So when you say dirgha bruddhi, kasya? Angasya bruddhi, na? Anga means the part of the body. So any part grows. How it grows? From hraswa to dirgha, from short to long. So hraswa akara becomes dirgha akara when condition is given. Sir, come to the pratyahara, yaya, yayi. So e is added here. E means saptami always. I had told you. Whenever there is saptami vibhakti in the sutra, in whichever word it takes, the word represents condition. Saptami vibhakti represents the meaning, the condition. So the sutra is coming there also. I have given here in this tablet. You will get it in the PPT. Tasmin niti nirdishte purvasya. The sutras are all I have put down. You will see it. We'll be sending to you. This is will come. So I am giving. So the context, see, for one sutra, how many sutras are applied here? First, ataha indicate tapara tatkalasya we had seen now. Because of tapara, a represents rasva. And because it is used in Sasti, so Sasti Sthana Yoga says that in the place of a or akarantasya prajipadikasya or akarantasya angasya. Angasya dirgha. So it is comes under anga adhikara. So if anga get dirgha, condition is yayi, yaya pratyahara. Yayi means which are the sounds? So if a becomes a, if it is see, of kasya angasya of a pratipadika of a anga akara becomes dirgha if it is followed by a yaya pratyahara means the sounds belonging or phonemes belonging to yaya. Yaya means yabaralat. Yabaralat, nyamanana, jabaya. Ya to ya. So the semi-vowels, yavarala, all the nasals, nyamanana, and jabha. So yavarala 4, 5 nasals, and these 11 sounds. These sounds follows yayi, yaya, pare. Sasti, saptami vibhakti always indicates pare. We had echoes on achi. Achi means ach pare. So saptami vibhakti gives you the condition. Tasmin niti nirdishte purvasya. Tasmin, saptami vibhakti. If saptami vibhakti, so in a sutra, if you get shashti vibhakti, it is in the place of. If it is prathama, what happens? It represents, so it is used in the place of that, provided it is followed by yangi, yang pratyahara pare, yangi pare, or yang pratyahara pare. E indicates always saptam vibhakti is used by Panini, gi or sup in pratyaya is there. So always E represents saptam vibhakti. So yai pare, yaya pratyahara pare. If a sound or phoneme belongs to the yaya pratyahara is followed, then akarantasya angasya dirgha bhavati. So is there any doubt? So he is giving the defining the unit with a specific instruction and with using particular vibhakti. The whole sentence meaning or whole complete meaning of the sutra you cannot decode. How you will decode? You need a rule because he has not said anything, only he has used the rules, made the rules with vibhaktis. So it is for us to see, to understand something, you need to read something and how it is applicable to this particular context. So here I have showed you in my own way states that a stem. So stem means anga. It is taken from Sanskrit. After anga is understood by the linguist, the concept of stem can came into analysis in linguistics. Now, what is stem? Why do you call anga? So we'll see also. So what is the root? What is the anga? Why you a separate degree? Why you need a separate category? So anga, Panini has shown that how whenever change takes place, there are different steps, different stages. Nothing comes automatically. This process. So there you have dhatu, you have anga, you have pratipadika, also anga. How it is coming, I'll just this you keep in mind. The technicality, how it is decoded by the commentators, even after 1,000 years. See, Patanjali wrote Mahavashya only in second century, BC, after 300 years. And Siddhanta Kaumudi is written what we are reading today in all university. It in 18th century work. Vritti. The explanation is given. But still, it is continuing. Why? So this understanding state a stem, final, ending in O. That's why I mean N-A, whether noun ending with or a verbal root ending with O. Here verbal root I am not using, though I have shown it, it refers always a stem. How it is stem, I will explain. Only gets lengthened before a case suffix vibhakti belonging to the category of sarvadhatva. That is again common things. Beginning with yaya letters. Yaya pratyahara includes semi-vowels, nasals that I have given here. And jha. Okay, now take example. So we have pacha plus a plus me, pachami. Pachami means I am cooking. Now we can take this form. So what is happening here? So we have the root, we have the personal ending, me, that is I am cooking. Okay, now O is the agama, kartari sab. It is also the active, pachami. So active sense is indicated by akara. So pach is the dhatu, o is the agama, we are kartari sab, it is a sab pratyaya from which you get o everywhere. So then you get personal ending is me. You take any. Why I have taken here pachami, I'll also explain. So what is happening? The subsequent rule, sorry, in pachami, what is happening? Now me begins with ma. It's a nasal sound. Because of ma, it comes under yaya pratyahara. Because ma follows, so that means the suffix beginning with ma, yaya pratyahara means any this yavarala, namananam, and jabaya. If this any of these sounds precedes, sorry, follows, pare, then a becomes a. So pach plus a, pacha, and because of me, you get pachami. Now, why you said yai pratyahara? Yai means yavarala, yamananam, and java. You have to do other things. If other sounds are there, so there is no dirgha. So if you pachami, it is in the I am cooking. Suppose if you say he is cooking, we say saha pachati. Before ta, there is no dirgha. Pachati, pachataha, pachanti, pachasi, pachathaha, pachatha. So only in the last pachami, pachaba, pachama. So ma and va are there in the three pratyas of the first person. That is me, ba, ma. Because ma, ba, ma are there only in Uttam Purusa, that's why we get only dirgha. It is called Uttam Purusa, pachami, pachaba, pachama. Because of ma and va, you get dirgha. Okay, so this is what is called the ato dirgha yayin. This is a meaning that is used for the thing. Now, this is a verbal form, pach. So I have given you here pacha plus a plus me, pachami. So what is happening here? Now, pach is a dhatu. When you say anga, so what is happening here? So o is added to the dhatu, it becomes pacha. So when you have pacha and pacha, are they same or different? One is the root, that is pacha, And another is a suffix that is used in Kartari, which mixed together, you get pacha. Then this pacha become pachami. So this middle stage is called anga. So what is anga? So there is a sutra also given here. Yasmahat pratyaya vidhi tadadi pratyaya anga. Anga sangya is defined. The sutras are given here because it is used with even with a pratyaya, it becomes anga. Because the change takes place not only always in the root, but also root plus its suffix, which it takes in between before the personal ending, it gets dirgha. So in pachami, you have pacha plus mi, you get pachami. Even you take even in the root lakara, bhavishya, bhavishyati, or bhavishyami, she also becomes ya. Because bhu is one root, bhavishya is another root. It is called anga, bhavishya. Otherwise, how will you get dirgha? So the same sutra applies both the places so that you get the dirgha. Ato dirgha yahi. So this is sutra is applied, though it says ato angasya dirgha yayadi pratyaya pare. If yaya pratyahara follows, it is not applicable only for thing, it is also for a soup also. So that's why I say supi cha, here cha is anubhriti. But is the same condition applies with the sup pratyaya also. That means if a anga, akaranta anga, is followed by yaya pratyahara of the sup suffix. So first in me it is a thing suffix. Tipta is a verbal suffix. Sup is a case suffix. Su just amount sauce, no? Sup. Sup means the nominal endings. Even in nominal endings, if the ending begins with yaya pratyahara, the akaranta angasya dirgha bhavati. So that means the same rule applies in two places, both in ting and sup. So same concept of anga is applied here also. So whether you derive a verbal form or the inflected form or a derivation of the nominal forms, the forms are derived in process in steps, and every step is marked by their changes. Otherwise, why do you need anga? Because it is not only one word or root or noun, they also form another derived roots, no? So that is why Supi Cha tells you the next sutra, no? Cha means ataha dirgha supratyaya pare. So there it was, jai is one condition, here two things. Supratyaya pare, supratyaya yayadi pratyaya. Sup must be yayadi also. Same phoneme should be conditioned. So nasals, then semivowels, as well as jha and bha. If they come in the beginning of a sub suffix also, so akaranta anga gets dirgha. Example, we are giving ensure the same condition is applied to the case. So instead of explaining everything, he is simply saying supicha. How laghu, laghuartham adhyayam, how short, brevity. Economy is achieved by using the word cha in the sutras. To save the description more elaborate, he has, in short, briefly, he has explained the whole thing. All the sutras are involved here. So he says, and so that the same can be applied in the case endings also. Example, you see, devaya. So in Chaturthi Vibhakti, Deva Sabda, Rama Sabda, all akaranta. You should know only one rule. All akaranta sabdas. The Chaturthi Ekavachana is devaya. The suffix is ya. Deva plus ya, Chaturthi. We say no, Shivaya Nama. Why is a Paninian Nama? No, Panini is Ikaranta. All the Ikaranta Sabda gets guna and then a comes. That will come next in noun morphology. So first, example. So Deva Sabda plus Ya Pratyaya. So there is a Bruddhi. Deva Ya. Deva Ya. Deva ya, deva, nge. Actual suffix Panini is giving nge. The basic morpheme is nge for fourth singular. Why he has gone to nge? He has given nge in byas. But everywhere you have ya or something else. So from that you can understand that why he has taken nge is the basic morpheme. These are only variant. Here, ye become ya. There is a sutra ye yaha. Also, I will show you here. When condition is supicha devaya. So, ya is actually a substitute of nge. Nge is actually the basic morpheme for singular. It undergo change according to the nouns or angas, whether it is akaranto, akaranto, ikaranto, ukaranto, because the form comes differently. That's why the allomorphs substitutes are given with particular condition. So here in deva plus ya, and because it is ya, yaya pratyahara, and it is also sup within the sup vibhakti, that is in a is fourth singular. Ya takes this substitute. So because of this ya, it becomes deva ya. So all the okaranto, you need not go anywhere. Yo lokaranto chaturthi vibhakti must be yo. There is no exception. Only okaranto. So any noun ending in o in the whole of Sanskrit literature, you will find it is with yo only and with dirgha. Devaya, Naraya, Brukhayo, Ramayo, etc. etc. So that is why supicho. First thing, supratyaya. Supi yayi. Yayadi pratyaya. If it begins with yaya pratyahara, then ado angasya dirgha. Ado dirgha yayi. So supi cha. Yayi, supi you add and cha also indicate that the same condition follows. So you get devayo, ramayo, brukhyayo and all the Katyayanayo. Katyayana is Okaranto, we can say Katyayanayo. But all those are Ikarantas will have variation allomorphs. So yo is the allomorph of Nge. Nge is a basic morpheme. Why? So next, if you see this, so 73102. Now this condition what you have given, however, before now first he gave you, see this. So first is Ato Dirgha Jai. Then Supicha tells you if Supratyaya follows, then Okara also get Dirgha. Now, within that condition, suppose we are taking example of Bha. So you see Deva Bhyam. Deva plus Bhyam, Deva Bhyam. So Deva Bha is coming. So it is coming under Jhabaya. So under Yaya, Bha is there. So that we have seen with Ma, Ba, etc. Now we are seeing with suppose Bha example. So what is why he has taken Jhabaya? Because Bha has a specific function, specific change it makes. That is Dirgha. Because it is Yanyadi Pratyahara, Bha comes, and Deva plus Bhyam, because of Bha, again Deva Bhyam, you get the Dirgha. Ato Dirgha Yai. But the same Bha, if you see the plural next, Deva plus Bhyas, you get Deve Bhya. He Deva Bhyam, Deve Bhya. If it is Divachana, you get Vriddhi. If it is Bahuvajana, there is a Ekara. So there is a difference. So whenever you account for the data, the changes, morphological changes, so we have to mark. If you give a condition, then how that condition, how do you apply in the next, in the plural? Deve Bhya. So there is no A. Same Bha is there, Yana Pratyahara. But there is no Akara. So what happens there? There it becomes A. Deve Bhya. So to show this exception, so always sutras are used in one way, general. Another is exceptional, or we call upavada. The sutras used in general are some are general, some are exceptional. So general rules are called utsargas in the tradition, and the exceptional rule called apavada. So Supicha and Ato Dirgha, what they prescribe Dirgha, this Dirgha is exceptionally changed with the Bahuvachana. So what is the condition here? Bhakara is the Jaya Pratyahara. So accordingly, the change it is phonetic condition. But in Bahuvachana, it is not phonetic. Same phoneme, but the meaning it is used here with the plurality. So that's why Bahuvachane. The condition changes. So that is why semantics is always the important factor in describe the changes in the languages. See this Bahuvachane, even this jhal, so here jhali et, here text the other thing, including other sounds also. In Bahuvachane, you get other bha, you get also sa, brukhe, shu pratyay is there, saptami, Bahuvachana. There also you get a. So there you have to see, if you say only, if he is not taking jaya here, because in jhal pratyahara, the o becomes a in the bahuvachana. So since bahuvat and it is the para rule, look at this. Supicha is 102. Bahuvachana jhalyet is 103. Since it is coming after that, so that dirgha is superseded by ekara etva. And this etva is conditioned by jhal pratyahara. And bha comes under, so that's why jhabaya, then he has made separate. Why? You can understand why you need jhal. Because jhal pratyahara takes another change or a conditions for akarasya ekara. So jhal includes sa, no. So brukhesu. Whenever su pratyay is added, same brukhya akaranta anga gets etva, not dirgha. So that's why the condition changes, but the status is anga, ato dirgha. Ataha dirgha if it is yahi pratyahara or supi. And ataha ekara bhavati if it is jhal pratyahara follows. Jhal includes jha bhaya up to sasasar hal, no. So jhal means without nasals, without semi-vowels. So this distinction, the categorization comes this way pratyahara. If the pratyahara sutras are not there, every time you have to state, okay, in this case it is not there, with this sound it is not there. Many grammars you will find the list. Panini does not just give a list. He only helps to generate forms. He understands how mind makes use of the rules. Even it is yayadi pratyahara, akarasya dirgha, but even with akaranta angasya etva bhavati, if it is bahuvachana pratyaya is used. Even bha is there, so bha doesn't make always condition only for dirgha. If it is bahuvachananta, it makes bahuvachane jhali et, jhalyet. Here also Ekojani Sutra is applied. E plus A become E. Bahuvachane in the same meaning. Saptami, remember this. So Bahuvachana means Bahuvachana Arte. Always Saptami indicates meaning. It's not in word, even in Pratyas also. Yahi, yaya pare. Bahuvachana pare. Bahuvachana Pratyaya pare. If the Jhaladi sound is in the Bahuvachana, then what happens? It all becomes A. So same condition is superseded when it comes to Bahuvachana. So that's why it is para. Vipratisede parankaryam. So 102 cha gives you the case of anubhriti. And the same condition called hap, that is same akarata anga becomes A if it is bahuvachane. So the same hap condition is continued. So though it anubhriti, the dirgha is not there only because of bahuvachana, that dirghatva is superseded. Vipratisede parankar. See the arrangement. How ordering of the rules are so important. How mind understands, how we make the differences, but we do not know how the rules are there. It is just a model, that's why it's always a model. How rules should be arranged, how they should be, defined in such a way so precisely. So that is why you get the particle cho in the middle rule, etc. I have already explained you. It will note that Australia is composed as a string of rules. So the rules are used in strings in one, just like you are making a flower garlands with the different flowers in one sections. So this is just like flower strings of rules. Okay, next. So what do we get this? Anubriti, we get the dirgha. Now this is called the Adhikara Sutra as it is given. Soritena Dhikara, whichever comes in the beginning section heading rule. Already we have explained. We'll go to next. Next, what is there is, this is also all Paribhasa rule. Now Tadanta Vidhi, I told you earlier, that he has given that Yena Vidhi Tadantasya. Yena, please separate, Vidhi Tadantasya. Vidhis Tadantasya. Vidhis Tadantasya. So what it says that whenever a description is given, so that should refer to its one form as well as to its form ending with that. That is what declares that in an operational rule, what is mentioned stands for the stem that ends in it. This paribhasa is used to achieve economy. Instead of applying to X, it also applies to that which ends in X. This sutra makes you more broad application, powerful. Wherever you use, so 4,000 sutras are used by him, no? How do you understand? So these are the basic sutras, rules of interpretations, paribhasa rules, meta rules. That's why they are called meta rules. Example I have given already earlier. Again, we can see ehe ach. Ehe means actually it is ikaras. Yeah. There you had ata. Here ehe means ikarasya. So ikarasya or ikarantasya. Both are understood by this rule. So we have dhatus or the angas. It can be ikaranta or it can be ikara itself. So this example, if I have just take the examples first, we have ayati means going like gachati. Ayana, ayana means gati, coming from I dhatu. Narayana, Ramayana, or ayana. Aya comes from I dhatu, gachati, moving. We have dakshinayana. Now is a nominal form. Otherwise, aya means to move, to go, move. So ayati is the verbal form. That ayati is coming from I dhatu, I plus A plus T. T personal ending, first person singular, pratham purusha according to our Sanskrit, and which takes kartari sap, again A, and dhatu is E. Here ikara is independent, single. No beginning, no end. I had told you. For that also, how do you apply this sutra? This sutra tells you, yana vidhi tadantasya. If there is no final, how will you understand? So from this he says. And there is also another rule, adyantavat ekasmin. If their single vowel is used, whether it is for noun or for verb, that should be understood for both. Adyantavat ekasin. If ekasmin prayoge, if one sound is used, it should be understood as adi and anta both. So then, yena viditadasya you can apply. Tadanta, how do you know? Because from this sutra and this adyantavat ekasmin, if it is single vowel, you get again by sarvdhatko, ardhatko, the sarvdhatko, you get guna, e becomes a, and a since when followed by acha, echo eva eva. So all these are the rules are applied. If you know these rules of Sandhi rules, all applied here. Aya, and it is coming ayati. See the steps, see the changes, process. Krama. Change is order. And the changes are noticed with distinct rules by Panini. That's why you have first Kartari Sab, first you get Ti by Lasya, and then you get A, we get Kartari Sab, then Dhatu gets Guna, Sardhatu Ardhatga. Once you get Guna A, then because of Ach follows, you get Hova. See this sequence, changes, how it happens in sequence inside. We don't see it. If you take the other one is ending with E, that is Chi. Chi is the dhatu. If you see the end, Chi or Ti. Chi means to collect. Chayati. Chayana, we say, no, in our. So all the competitions, you have to select people. Chayana Paddhati, we use na. Is it Sanskrit or Hindi or Odia? People will claim it is only Odia or Hindi. They will not know what Sanskrit means. It is all Sanskrit word how Panini has established grammatically to give the correct meaning. Chayana means collection, selection, etc. And the verb is actually chayati. So chayati, how will you get? So dhatu is chi. If you don't know the dhatu also from this, you can sutras, we can know. That is how it is so precise and very distinct logically used by Panini. See this. Chi, again, same E is there, then oti, then because it is chi, saradhatu ka ardhatu ka guna. When you guna takes place, kasya, na iko guna vriddhi, ika. Ika also means whether ikarasya or igantasya. Ikaha, sasti is used there. Iko guna vriddhi. Ikaha means ikarasya or igantasya. So here chi is iganta. So sarvadhatuka suffix is ti. Ting and sit. O and ti both are. So it gets guna. So che or ti. Again, chaya. Echo vayavaha. Chaya ti. You get chayati. Any doubt? Any define the difficulties? How simple, how the sequence is given so logically. All the rules he has used with pratyaharas. How it helps us to understand the meaning of the sutras. Decoding is simple for Panini only. Because he has not simply made rules defined as he finds, but he has also given how to understand the sutras. So it is self-explanatory. You don't need any vritti if we read the sutras in order. But in India, we don't read Ashtadhyayi. We read only Samvritti, Siddhanta Kaumudi, Sandhi, Samasa, only one part. But if you look at which is more convenient and which is more explainable. So this is called the Tadantapadi, Parivasa rule. Next. So next you will see this. So another. So this is now I am showing now. These are the how vibhaktis are used in the sutras to indicate you different function, different meanings. First case we, as I told you, identity, bruddhi, at, oij. So at, oij, bruddhi, bhavati, bruddhi, sangya, bhavati, a, oi, and au. This is very common. Everybody should, we have been doing. Now, what we are giving here is, now where are these changes, a, oi, and au? Why you say bruddhi? Now, bruddhi, why, as I told you earlier, bruddhi is also a technical term. Though in literal meaning it means growth, as you know, no, bruddhi, samruddhi, these are all our technically used in our languages. Now we are using bikasa. Why you bikasa also from the upasarga kas dhatu. So bikasa bruddhi, but bruddhi has become very technical in grammar. That is referring to these three vowels. So bruddhi means the last change. That is we have three grades, 0, I had given examples, ni, nita, taken, then neta, it is guna grade, and nayaka, which is nai plus aka, it is vritti grade. So every vowel, that is particularly ik vowels, that's why I say ikaha guna vritti. Ik vowels takes three types of changes. Guna, vritti, or absence of guna and vritti, it is called zero grade. So that's why you get nita, it is no guna na vritti, which is ta pratyaya, and neta, guna with truch or ta, and nayaka with vriddhi, we get nai plus aka nayaka. So e, a, and oi, a, I, and au. These are the four types. So I and au, I am giving example where they are used. Now these are the product of the change of the forms like dasarathi. We have given you earlier also tadita formations. Dasarathasya putra dasarathi. So dasarata suffix is iya. Nayaka. So here it is a. What is a here? Na adi bruddhi. In tadita suffixes, if applied with ingit or aniti, then adi bruddhi. See, first vowel is lengthened. Remember, not the middle or the anga here. There is no anga bruddhi here. Here the bruddhi is the first vowel in only Ujit Aditas. In all other places, angasya. The final, not the initial. But here only in Tadita, which Tadita suffixes, Adi Vriddhi, Dasarathi, Narayana, Narayana, Gargya, all things go. Similarly, Nayaka, here you get Vriddhi. Nai Aka coming from Ni, Nul Pratyaya, Nul Trucho. Already I had told you, Noor and Truch are used in Kartari in the sense of agent. If it is Noor, you get Aka. If it is Truch, you get Ta. So Ni plus Truch, you get Neta. Ni plus Noor, you get Nayaka. Because of Niti, you get a Vriddhi. So Ni becomes Nai. Nai, Noor, because of Noor, you were on Ako, we get Aka, so you get Nayaka. Similarly, Karaka, Kru, Nul, Kru, Aka, then Kar, Aka. By Vriddhi, Achon Niti Vriddhi. Same sutras which you have referred many times. Once by practice only, you will be. Now you see, everybody knows what is Bhava. Bhava means Bhava, Abhava. Bhava is presence, literally. We know. Is it Sanskrit or Odia or Hindi? That you have to decide. Bhava means state, what exists. Bhava means padartha, objects also. Because what exists all the times. Abhava means absence of thing. But abhava we are using only for poverty. We don't use the other senses. So in grammar, abhava means absence of thing. Bhava means presence. How do you get this bhava? Na bhudhatu, bhave, ghaya. Always remember all the verbal noun nominal forms mostly used with घया प्रत्यय भावे अर्थे भाव अर्थे पच घया पाक भू घया भाव so bhu gets vriddhi because of ya and you get bhau then again ho vayavaha ai ava oh sorry yes au become ava so you get bhava. So all the forms we are using in your language, try to check, verify that how it is grammatically correct. How to get the meanings? Always dictionaries are not necessary. If you know the structure, understanding the meaning of the words, you can find the difference are there, and this difference only can be found only in Australia. Only Panini gives the rules for formal changes, formal as well as semantic changes around the words. In any of our language, we can trace, we can link. That is why Panini is the only link to understand our Indian languages particularly. Because most of the words we are using are grammatically correct, but our grammar does not define. They are defined by Panini in his rules. That is the perfect, the authentic source. That is why always we go back to Panini, refer to Panini. So this is Vibhakti in Prathama Vibhakti. Next. So next you will get this Sashti Stha. What is this? Next is other than guna also another buddhi guna. These are also same way where you get the guna. Yeah, next we will go to next please. So next what we are getting here Sashti Sthana Yoga. So he gives you the sutra. This is a paribhasa rule again, meta rules. But is that sixth case always marks the place of the substitute, where you should where the change takes place, where the substitution is. Sashti Sthane Yoga. If Sashti Vibhakti is used, Sashti could split it. Sashti Sthane Yoga. Sthana Yoga means the substitute, the place of. No, it is one. Sthane Yoga is one word. You keep it. Sthane Yoga. Sthane means in the place of. It is used. So here, Sashti Vibhakti anywhere in the sutra. We had seen Ataha means Akarasya, but Adantasya. Ikaha means Igantasya or Ikarasya. Sashti. So mostly sutras are given with specific vibhaktis because the vibhakti only tells you how to decode the meaning of the sutras. It is the vibhaktis. Sometimes anubandhas already we have discussed, but it is all practice. More we do, we will understand. Now Sashti Sthana Yoga, the sixth case after an element, means in the place of the element. It means that if a word in the sutra is used in the sutra always, remember, we are not talking of language now. We are talking of the sutra language, taking a language used by Panini. The same vibhakti, what he has described in grammar, in the Karaka section vibhakti is, here the vibhakti is used in the sutras to give its meaning, to give its understanding, clarity. Sashti Sthana Yoga, he says, sixth case suffix, it means X is used in the place of Y. So when you say Ataha Dirgha means Akarantasya Dirgha. Or Iko Janati Ik Sthane Yan Bhavati. So Vrittikara only tells in the place. So same sthana is taken by the Vrittikara to make a sentence. Ikaha means ik sthane. If you see Siddhanta Kaumudi or Kasika, what they will give? So they gives only explanation. Vritti. That's why it's called commentary. Commentary only makes more elaborate with context. Ik sthane yana bhavati. What do we say? Ik jana achi. In the sutra, they will explain as ik sthane. Sthana is coming from the sutra. Yana bhavati. Prathama. When achi ach pare, I vowel follows. So this is the way how the sutras are made in such a way that from the vibhaktis we get the meaning. This is the best policy of decoding. So to decode things, if you use them with grammatical features, it is easy for a learner, those who want to. So there are different types of learners. So we are, that's why you are all able, little higher than the ordinary level. At least you will understand the levels of meanings, the level of technique, what is technique, and how it is used by Panini. So you look at this. So Atha same rule is also the same way we are saying Atha means in the place of a dirgha. So Atha bhi So now in the same condition, looking Atha means again akarantasya, angasya. But here Atha he says it is also as suffix also used in Panchami also. So here Atha is not in the place, but here the meaning is after. How do you know? Here the vibhakti is Panchami. Because Panchami vibhakti is as. Okay? If it is akaranta, you get tak. So this as become ta in the akaranta again. Smarts, sutras are there. Tang, nasing, nasang, inas, you, when now more details we will do in time comes. Let us see. But what I am taking here is this. Here atha means after akaranta anga. Just like we have pratipadikat, panchami vibhakti, pratipadikat. So akarantas pratipadikat. If a noun ends in akara, after that noun, what happens? Ato bis, please separate. Bis is the pratyaya, that is tritiya bahuvachana. So this is one rule which describes the tritiya bahuvachana of all the nouns used in Sanskrit. All the nominal forms used in Sanskrit, infinite. Their tritiya bahuvachana is understood, can be manipulated only by one rule. This is the only rule. The tritiya bahuvachana, the best, can you please split ato, bhis, ais? Okay, so the sutra is giving three words. Atah, bhis, ais. No, so, yes. So now there are three words. One is ato, bhis, ais. So bhis is a pratyaya. Ta, bhyam, bhis. It comes under subanta. It is supratyaya. Tritiya vibhakti bahuvachana. This is the basic morpheme Panini has given ta, bhyam, bhis. In the sup pratyayas are all basic morphemes. That's why I'm saying basic. Because they have variants with different nouns. They undergo change. Just imagine. What do we say phoneme or morpheme? Panini has given more stress on basic morphemes. Like thing for verbal morphemes. So sup is also the basic morphemes used for nominals or the nouns, nominal endings. These basic morphemes undergo change according to the noun ending with O or R or vowel or consonant. So change takes place based on the condition of the noun. Then whether it is akaranta or akaranta or ikaranta or vowel ending or consonant ending. That's why basic morphemes are always presented in the sup. So bis he has taken as the basic morpheme. Here he is saying that bis becomes ois. Bisaha ais. Ato bis ais means in the place of after the akaranta pratipadika, in the place of bis pratyaya, ois adesha bhavati. So ois is a substitute, adesha. Where in the place of bis. So bis is replaced by ois. when if the noun ends in akara. This is Tritiya Bahuvachana. That means if a noun is used in Tritiya Vibhakti, and if it is Tritiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana, and if the noun is Akaranta, then the bhis becomes ois. Here auto is the condition. So replacement is substitute is there. So bhis get bhisaha ois. Bhis pratyayasya ois adesa. Sastisthana yoga. Sasti vibhakti is used. Now when ois is replaced, the condition is akarantat pratipudikat after. So panchami, so there is a panchami tasmad dityu uttarasya. Again paribhasa rule there. If it is used in panchami means tasmad after that. So after akaranta pratipadika, if the bhis pratyaya is there, so for tritiya bahuvachana, in the place of bhis, ois is the adesa, you get everywhere. That means, so there is only one substitute for the tritiya bahuvachana, bhis. So bhis becomes ois only with akaranta, means in the rest of the noun, it is bhis. Except akaranta. Except akaranta. The rest of the vowels and consonant endings, they take bhis. So why say bhis become ois? Why not ois become bhis? Look at this. In the sutra, when he's making, how the words are so yatha sankhya, order. He doesn't say ois become bhis. He says bhis becomes ois. Why? Logically. So what is changing is given first, and what is to change is given later. Now what is the proof that the bhis becomes ois? Why not the other way? Now how do you decide which is original? The basic, as I told you. So their distinction is made in the always language. There's a basic morpheme, then the allophones or allomorphs. Allo means a variant. Same sound gets a different form in a different context only. Contextual variation, we say place variants or positional variant, or can be semantic variant also. But here bhis is replaced by ais, means bhis pratyaya is always replaced to ais. So you get if the noun is okaranta only, not with all vowels, only okara. So that means the rest of the vowels are consonants. So any other noun, infinity number of nouns, we cannot describe. But linguistically, morphologically, they are classified. Akaranta and rest. Only in akaranta, tritiya bahuvachana bhis is replaced by ai. So ramehi, devehi, balakehi, brukhehi, anywhere. In all other places, only v. Now why you say bhis become wise? Because bhis is basic, because it comes in the majority of the cases. It is open. Whereas oi is conditional, akaranta. So that which is conditional is described, defined easily in context of what is open. Everybody knows this is open, everywhere it is there. That's why it is taken as the, so majority is taken as the condition for the basic morphemes, and the changes which takes place in a context, contextually. Here, akarantat angat, akarantat pratipadhikat only. So that is only akara is singled out. That is why ato the order in the sutra itself explaining that after the akaranta pratipadika, bhis tritiya bahuvachana bhis pratyaya is replaced by ai. Otherwise, rest of the places bhis. One sutra tells you tritiya bahuvachana of all the nouns used in Sanskrit in any shastra. What we will call it? What kind of rule it is? How do you decode it? See the method used by him only helps us, the meta rules. This is also meta rules. So that is what you get is what you Swastisthana Yoga. Similarly, you will so here Puri say he so Equality Sutra is always applicable. Equality Sasti, same Swastisthana Yoga. Ikasthane, Yana Bhavati, if Ach follows. So you get Bhisthane, Ais Bhavati. If we know this, you don't need to read the commentaries. That is all by advice, suggestion. If you read the sutras in its proper spirit, in its structures, understanding these rules, meta rules, and the general rules and exceptions, there is nothing beyond that. Everything is self-explanatory, it will become. Okay, so then next you can see these are all. Now here the Saptami Vibhakti, as I gave you, Achi, Yangi, so Tasmin Niti Nirdishte Purvasya. So the Saptam Vibhakti used always in the semantic condition to explain that if it follows phonetically, if it is meaning, it will say Bahuvachane, we can say Ekavachane, condition, sometimes Karmani. So whatever is used in the sutras are with vibhaktis. Achi, because achi, achi means ach pare, achi pare, ach pratyaya, ach pratyahara pare, if the vowel follows general. So it's similar to Sanskrit word pare, achi, ach pare. Okay. So when the vowel follows. Next. So that is how tasmaniti is put. Tasmad, the fifth case is used for after like ataha. Ata means akarantat pratipadika. Visaha ais. Vis becomes I. Okay. So ato vis ais. So same the sutras are there. Next please. Next, what is there? Next is. Very good. So this is what we have come to an end. What decoding means, how decoding is possible, how far it is powerful, descriptively, how far it is generative. This is one rule. We need some time only to know, understand the structure of the rules. It is the vibhaktis gives us everything. If you know these vibhaktis, their role play everywhere. Whether you go to sentence or you look at the sutras, same meaning you will find. So in sutras, you have a specific meaning. In other places, you can apply also Ragyam Purusa, Raja Purusa. So same vibhaktis are same, 7. They are not only used in the language, but it is also used in the sutras. That is important, which helps to decode very conveniently. Right? So this is all what we know. As I know, I am trying to put this in a different term. We say talk about the meta language, meta rules. There are so many works written. If you read Subramanyam, he has given a long bibliography on Paninian studies. All are discussed, analyzed by others. I am not telling anything new. If you
What
read
is the sixth kind of rules? You said Sangya, Paribhasa, Vidhi, Niyam, and Adhikar. What is the
Adhikara
sixth
one is
category?
Atidesa. Atidesa.
Ati?
Atidesa. Atidesa, this rule is this Adesha rules. We have Thanivat Adesha Anarbido. A sutra, I think first yesterday's lecture it was there at the end. I'll just tell you. Thanivat, it is 1155. No, that is Onakal Sutra. I will give that. So Thanivat Adesha Anarbido. So Adeshas are always Thanivat. That means in the place of. So when you say Iko Janaji, Iko Sthane, it is Adesha. It is Thanivat. Now we saw this Ramaya. Suppose, for example, now Ramaya is Chaturthi Ekavachana. What has happened here? The suffix is ya, and there is a dirgha. By the sutra, Ato dirgha jain supicha. Supi pratyaya is used in the sutra. Now ya is not in the supi, supratyaya. Ya is only an adesha, right? Supratyaya. So Chaturthi Ekavachana is nge dhyambhyas. But here in Ramaya, we have got the Adesha here, no? Now, as per the rule, Supicha, if Supratyaya follows, then Akaranta Angasya Dirgha. Now, in Rama, it is Akaranta, the Chaturthi is Ramaya, because Ya is used, but you get Dirgha. How it is possible? It is not under Supi. So, there is a sanction that whenever a Adesha is used, it works like Sthani. Sthani means the original state, original form. What you are replacing. So here Nge is the Pratyaya, it is replaced by Ya. So Ya being replaced by Nge, it is also a Supratyaya. Then only we can say Supicha is applicable. Then you get Angasya Ato Dirgha Jai, Angasya Dirgha Ramaya. Okay, so Sthani, whenever it is replaced, it also carries the same function, same power. Sthanivat Adesho 1156. Right? Sthanivat. So Adesho, whenever it is applied or sanctioned, it should be treated like Sthani. That means the replacement doesn't mean it becomes separate. It is not a different one. It carries the same power. Otherwise, you will have different. So rule cannot be applied. No. How can you say justify dirgha? So that's why this is also Paribhasa Sutra. Whenever you get Adesha and Analbido, accept Bhavel condition. He has not taken here Bhavel. If the Pratyas, so there is one Sanasansa Bhikkhu, you had Bhikkhu now. So here they are, the Su is replaced by U. So here U is a Ala. Ala means all the vowels. Sorry. Analbido. Analbido means phonetics. So all the phonemes are called Al. A to L. You look to Hal. All means all sounds. If it is concerning with sounds, adesha, sounds, then this operation does not apply, no sthanivat. But if it is a pratyaya, morpheme, if it is a meaningful element, pratyaya, so this sthanivat adesha is applicable, operable, operational, except al vidhi. Al vidhi means when it comes to the condition of change of sounds from A to U or E to O, something like that, there this power does not apply. The Sthanivat Bhava is not applicable. But it is only with the meaningful elements, all the morphemes. So these suffixes, things, all the suffixes are morphemes because they represent meaningful unit. They have the meanings. So that is why Sthanivat Adesho Analbidho. It is a Paribhasa Sutra, tells us that this is a Atidesha Sutra. It tells that whenever Adesha, Sthanivat, so whenever in Sutra, Vat is added to the word Sthanivat, the Vat indicates the Atidesha Sutra. Atidesha means it crosses the limit, go to other place, no? You are, while you crossing the limit of the, or say you are occupying some other place. So it is Atidesha. Atidesha, Atikramya. You are crossing the limit. You are crossing to other place. This is called Atidesha. And that's why this Bhatta Pratyaya indicates that it is like, it is a crossing, it is replacing it. But the power, it has the same power. So that is why you get Sthanivat Adesha. So that's why Ramaya is logically correct. Though Ya is not a independent morpheme, it is a alabharp of Nge, Chaturthi Ekavachana. That's why Nge Sutra is there. Nge become Ya if it is Akaranta Pratipadika. The sutra is there. So because of the Adesha, it takes the same power. So because it is considered as a sup, that's why Supicha is applied and you get Dirgha. Ramaya is correct. Right? Clear, sir? Atidesha. So these are the ways, how many 6 types of sutras he has made, which gives us. So if you have anything, so today we'll have evening. I hope all are fine and get ready. So evening session, you will learn more because we are only doing whatever we know. You listen to others, then you feel where you are and what we have learned, what I have taught, how far it is correct, to what extent and where to go. Let us think in a more year. But this is the system, how it is with us. We have inherited how best we can understand first. We should understand, then only we can make others understand. So today evening, I hope, I think some are speaking, no? Where is, okay, Mandavi is speaking. What about Subra? Subra, please. You have confirmed? You just share your view. How do you like it? It's not the question. You should tell always yes or say good or bad. It is your choice. Just see your feeling. How do you feel? Is it necessary? Shall we know this or not? This is the only thing we would like to put. Venkat is there. 2 minutes. Share your views. You should encourage, tell others that what we should read along with English. We should not say only we should learn our things, but we should know along with other traditions so that we'll be able to have our own position clear. What is ours and what is others. So that is Subra, you are okay? So evening, you can for 2 minutes, you can speak.
Sure, sir.
Very good, very good. Niharika also. 2 minutes. Give your feeling, give your share.
Okay.
Yes. You are
Yes.
sharing for a future. And will be, I am just telling now, you are all free. We are going to start the second batch from April 14th. We will be giving advertisement soon. I mean, by tomorrow we'll try maximum. Deepa is here. So that the second batch, we are people are interested. We'll try to make it. And you are all free to join. There is no fees for you. Those who have registered for certificate course, whenever you will be in the list. We'll be sending you the communication when the second batch starts. Whenever you are free, whatever doubt you have, you can join the program freely. But for you, we'll start also a diploma course. I will plan with other thing how best I can again module because for certificate course I'm now comfortable. We can continue easily. Means, but now we are going to get more technical people. But at least for diploma, we'll try to join so that you should go to the next level. How best we can explain, understand our language structures of Sanskrit or Hindi or Odia. We should know. We should not allow others to just talk blindly, make us fool all our tradition it has given us. Okay, so with this, I thank you all for this giving a very great opportunity. I am so happy that we are able to complete. I never thought that how we should proceed, how much we can do. But with all your enthusiasm, whether people will attend the class or not, say to Saturday, Sunday, morning, because morning is always everybody is free and convenient. So that is why we have chosen these times. So that we'll see now whichever time is convenient. Anyway, you share your views, give your feedback. We'll meet in the evening and we'll decide. Okay. So you also get ready for the diploma course and
If you
second
want.
if we want if we feel so. But I've been before in advance. I'm telling we are free, we are open. You, it is for you to give us the opportunity to go to this next level, the language, philosophy of language, philosophy of grammar, Bhartrihari, Vakyapadiya. I want that. If we read, then all these sutras are referred there by him in Mahavasya as well Vakyapadiya. But we'll also take some grammatical issues and other linguistic. I'm very keen that all we should know the comparative philology also for Indian languages. Comparative philology, the beginning of linguistics, we should know. We are only talking modern. That is not enough. We should know comparative philology. So I will be checking that also. I want that you should learn so that we'll know more about the thing. Okay. So thank you for joining.
Thank you very much for all the time you spent and sharing your vast
Thank you,
knowledge
thank
with
you.
all of
So
us.
anyway,
Sorry,
we'll
sorry,
meet.
sorry, sitting down.
Yeah, yes. Sir, we are waiting for the evening only. Tell whatever you want in the evening. Suggestions, comments for future generation. It is our responsibility. How best. We are always free with you. Whenever time we'll decide and course we will design so that we must learn the best what is available with us. Nothing we are going to talk new. Everything what has been discussed, analyzed. Okay. So thank you all. See you in the evening. Tell
Sir,
whatever
Thank
you
you.
want. Give your expression. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So,
Uh,
just one small thing, sir. In the evening, people who are giving feedback, can
hmm.
we fix the order now? First, can we call Satpati, sir, and then Shubhra, and
Okay.
then Mandvi ji, and
No
then
problem. Because they will give their independent views, no. So that's why
right.
order is not important here. Order is not important. Okay. So thank you all. Wish you all the best. Let us see in the
Thank you,
evening.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.